Hey guys, in first grade, you guys were known as Power Riders. Incredible like the Hulk. Raise your hand if you remember what a Power Rider was. A Power Rider writes in complete sentences, uses STORY, plans his/her story before writing, includes interesting details and exciting vocabulary, or uses adjectives. This year, not only will you grow in your ability to write stories, but you'll also learn how to write about the world that's all around you. As second graders, you'll be known as ace writers. In second grade, writers, you will be challenged to use your skills to learn as power writers to become ace writers. So you're leveling up. Ace writers are accomplished, creative, and extraordinary. Could you say that again with me? Accomplished, creative, and extraordinary. Now you try. Accomplished, good. Creative, good. And extraordinary, excellent job. An ace writer is a writer that is accomplished. Accomplished means that you are very talented and have many, many skills. Ace also means that you're creative. As a creative writer, you are able to write new and original stories that hook the reader and keep them interested. As an ace writer, you are also extraordinary. It just takes a little bit of extra to be extraordinary. Just keep that in mind. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just that little bit more extra. But remember, in the right direction and channeled correctly. As an extraordinary writer, you do not give an average effort. You always give your best and produce excellent results. So, today you're going to have the opportunity to show your power writing skills learned in the first grade to write to a personal narrative prompt. Today you're going to be writing a story that is true and is also about your life. Give me a thumbs up to the screen if you're excited about that. Yeah, we've done a good job at writing about fiction, but now this is a different sort of fiction because you're writing about yourself. Okay, so we call this nonfiction or realistic fiction. The first step for the writing process is to brainstorm and to plan out your story with a story map. So as you can see behind me, I have some of the elements for your story map, but wait. I know, hold your horses. We use our story map to plan out each part of our story before we begin writing. So, just a quick review before we dive into that story map. The S stands for what? Yeah, setting. And if you need any sort of assistance, feel free to look right behind me for your STOR story map. Your T stands for talking characters. Good. Those are the characters that's talking in the story. Your setting is where the story takes place. Okay, sometimes your setting you can have multiple settings or just one concrete setting. Your O stands for oops, there's a problem. So remember, your O stands for excellent, a problem. But oops, that's how we use it to remember. R stands for attempts to resolve. And attempts to resolve is your ways of getting closer and closer to the solution, but not yet there, okay? And Y stands for yes, the problem is solved, okay? So we have our 5 element components. Feel free to look right behind me to remind yourself, but you remember this stuff, hopefully, from first grade. And if you're new, it's okay. It's a brand new journey. Feel free to absorb this. Take 10 seconds. Excellent job. So, all ace writers start writing with the problem. You need to have an interesting problem that will take at least 2 attempts to resolve, okay? So starting with your problem always helps you to understand where you're going to go with your story, okay? So you don't want to start with the setting and talking characters. Always start with a problem and then work your way backwards and forwards so you can sandwich together the rest of the pieces for the story. Today, for homework, you are going to be creating a rough draft and complete your first work that you'll write in second grade, okay? Well, you've been writing a lot of work, but this is like your first official story work for second grade, okay? First official. Everything else before was getting us ready and prepared for this, okay? And all of your work is going to go on your teachers' walls that are teaching digitally in the school, okay? So push yourself to really create something super duper exciting for the teachers here at Ivy Hill Prep, okay? So I'm gonna just give you the timing of what you need to do for your assignment for tonight. First, you're gonna create a story map. Your story map should only take about 8 minutes. You're gonna fill out just the details of exactly what's right behind me, all right? Remember, what are we starting with? Excellent. You're starting with your problem and then work your way forward and backwards, okay? Forward and backwards. Then, after you take 8 minutes and time yourself out. It shouldn't take too long. And if you're taking too long, then just give yourself 2 extra minutes, but it shouldn't take longer than 10 minutes to create your story map. Because afterwards, you're going to write your intro, body, and conclusion for your story. All right? And I know this is your first time doing this, and us as ace writers, remember, this is what we call a rough draft. Can you say that with me? Rough draft. This is your first time, so remember, anything that you create in the beginning, it doesn't mean that you rush or don't put enough effort. It just means that it's going to build, and it's going to get better along the way. All right? So stay tuned to the journey, okay? Stick around for the journey. You got this. So for homework, in short, remember, you're going to take 10 minutes to create your story map, fill out all of these elements for your story map. Then you're going to have 8 minutes for your intro. Okay, and remember, 8 through 10 minutes for an introduction paragraph. 8 to 10 minutes again for your body paragraph, and another 8 to 10 minutes for your conclusion. Okay, and here is where you'll add those interesting details and use some of the things that we practiced in our last unit, which show, don't tell. Take your time, have fun, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. If you need any assistance, feel free to reach out. Have a good one.